What is up, awesome people, and welcome back to my Let's Play Pokemon trading card game online player versus player series. Right, so I'm extremely bored. I can't do any card openings at the moment because it's too damn noisy to where I live, and in my office I can't narrate without someone interrupting me. So I've had to steal Pim Knight's computer to be able to just record, and I just thought it might be just a bit easier to do the player versus player here because I can just see myself getting interrupted just doing card openings even here. So yes, so I'm actually in the mood to do player versus player anyway, so everyone's requesting it regardless, so let's just get some underway. We want some standard action, and I may use my Darkness or Fire. What do I want to use? What do I want to use? Frick it, let's go for the Darkness deck again. I have fun using my Dark deck. Alright, so I don't think I'm going to get a match straight off the bat because usually it's pretty inactive on this game during the day, so I'll catch you guys when I find an opponent. Alrighty, so we found an opponent. Unfortunately, he's got the advantage over me. So in before it's a water deck. Demos Cadio is his name, I think. Sorry, not a water deck, a fighting deck. Yeah, I'll go first, what the hell. Alright, so unfortunately, what am I? Apparently I've got a basic. I don't even know who it is. Oh, wow. It's Sandal, even better, yay. This may work, depending on who his active is. Right, he's got a bench, and unfortunately everything's going to load, because I've got to load everything on this. So I'm going to start with a Darkness Energy on my Sandal, followed up with a Rocky Helmet on Sandal as well. I still don't know who the opposing active is. There's something really... Oh, it's a Dark deck, alright. How's he got the advantage? Right, so he's got an active Sandal down and a bench Zora down as well. Alright, so they're from the X and Y series. Interesting. I could go for N, wipe out any chance that he had. Actually no, I'm going to end my turn. I don't want to use N just yet, so he's going to draw a card because it's the start of his turn. From there, what is he going to do? He's going to play a energy card onto his Sandal, a fighting energy card onto his Sandal. That's very interesting. So he does have fighting cards in his deck, which kind of does give me the shiver a little bit. So I need to get my Stadium card onto the field ASAP, so I can get rid of all my weakness. I drew a Hodgecrow from my deck this turn. Sorry about all the loading. I thought that wouldn't happen. Alright, so I'm going to get 3 Darkness Energies thanks to the Silence support card. Place a Darkness Energy onto my Sandal. That's about all I can do. So let's go for a Sandive, flip a coin, and unfortunately no heads, so I don't do any damage on foot. Oh, actually I don't get any damage, I avoid any damage. So he's going to put a Pokemon down on his bench, not too sure what it is, evolve his active Sandal into Krokorok. Alright, so I think Krokorok, yeah, it does require 2 energy cards of any type to be able to do anything. I may be forced to play N here, actually. Alright, I'm going to play my N card. I am going to shrink my hand a little bit. I've just got nothing to play, so N is going to bring me a little bit of luck here with Stadium Circle, so he does have a fighting card on his bench with Throw, which is quite scary. Play a Houndour onto my bench, play Pokeball from my hand. I do flip a heads, which is awesome, so I can grab Krokorok from my deck if I've got it. If not, I will cry, but I've got it, so that's awesome. I've got Crocodile in my hand as well, so next turn I can get Crocodile onto the field as well. So that's sweet. This may actually turn into my advantage because I have no weakness thanks to Shadow Circle's effect with any card with Darkness Energy that has no weakness. Go for Mud Slap on Krokorok, dealing 30 damage to opposing Krokorok. So he's got 60 left before that goes down. Hopefully I can get rid of this thing before he plays Crocodile, but I don't think it's going to be much of a threat because he doesn't have enough energy cards. If anything, he has very little lackluster energy cards in general. That is a holo card. I'm not too sure what it is at this point in time thanks to stupid lag. He just played Darkness Energy onto his Krokorok, so he's got no weakness now. So he's going to go for the Crunch there on my Krokorok, only doing 20 damage, so my Krokorok is dealing more damage than his Krokorok. He had a bonus effect. Oh, bugger. So that's not cool. So he just actually discarded an energy card to my Krokorok, which is going to slow down my... no, it's not. Yeah, you little ripper, I got Duck Patch in my hand. Honestly forgot about that for a second. So I'll play Darkness Energy onto my active Crocodile. I still can't use my Bombard, which is a-okay with me actually. I'm going to use Darkness Patch, grab the Darkness Energy that was discarded and put that onto my Houndour. I'm going to play Pokeball from my hand, flip a coin. Unfortunately I flip a tail, so no Pokemon for me. So I'm going to go for the Dark Clamp, and that will take out the Krokorok on his side of the field. And that's bye-bye for you. Alrighty, so he's probably going to play his bench throw straight onto the field because it does, well, in his mind it would be effective, but thanks to Shadow Circle I do not have that weakness, so he's going to go for the Druddigon there. It will have the Rough Skin, so it's going to act exactly like Rocky Helmet and deal 20 damage when I attack. Next turn I'm going to be able to play my Darkness Energy onto Crocodile and play Bombast. I will deal an extra 40 damage, no, it's going to be 40 still. So he's going to play N, and unfortunately remove my hand. Actually, that's a better looking hand than what I originally had, so that's a-okay with me. He's going to play a Pokemon for his hand to his bench, which is going to be Timber. Alright, so I've drew a potion, so I could go for Rocky Helmet onto my bench Houndour, evolve it to Houndoom. So I've got another evolution onto my side of the field. I do need a few more Pokemon in case something goes wrong, although I don't really see anything going wrong. I can play Potion right now, evolve, just bring my Crocodile back to full health, but I'm not going to. I could go for Dark Clamp, go for 60 damage. Actually, that's probably the better option at this point in time since Bombast is only going to do 40. Right, I will deal 20 damage to me thanks to Rough Skin ability on Druddigon, so that does deal a little bit of damage. He only has 40 health left. This Pokemon cannot retreat now thanks to Dark Clamp. So if he had that in mind, that will not happen, but I don't see that happening because his bench Pokemon aren't very viable at this point in time thanks to no energy cards on them. They won't be able to attack straight away. Oh, he needs another energy card on Druddigon to be able to use Clutch. The defending Pokemon cannot retreat during my turn, which doesn't really matter because I'm not going to retreat. This could end in either Concede or him just stalling this out, which I don't want the latter. Alright, he's going to go put a double colorless energy onto his Buffland, play an N card. That's a-okay with me. I'm probably going to get a lot better hand than what I had. Well, that's a lot better. I'd probably go for the Sharon, chance for a better card. Play Darkness Energy onto my Houndoom. Go for the Sharon. Oh sweet, I get Advantal EX from that, which is awesome. Then play Potion onto my Crocodile, heal 30 damage from that, bring it down to 10 damage. Play Rocky Helmet onto my Advantal EX. And then just finish up the Druddigon with Dark Clamp. So an extra 20 there to my Crocodile thanks to Rough Skin ability. I get a Darkness Energy there for my prize. He's going to send in Buffland. The Buffer ability will kick in, so it's almost like Everlight. It'll reduce my attacks by 20. So I can now go for Bombast. That'll be dealing 80 damage, but thanks to Buffalo, go down to 60. He's going to go for Gold Breaker. Deal 20 damage to it thanks to my Rocky Helmet. I'm going to play Murkrow for my hand to my bench. Then follow it up with a Potion onto my Crocodile, healing 30 damage there, bring it down to 60. Then play a Darkness Energy onto my Yvantal, play Sharon from my hand, draw another 3 cards, play Chansey onto my bench, play Pokeball, flip ahead so I can hopefully draw Blissey from my deck if it's even in there to begin with. Oh, it's not, that's not good. So it's somewhere in my prize pool, which is ballsy. So I'm going to play Honchkrow. I can't play it this turn. Bombast is going to do the exact same amount as Dark Clamp, but it will do more since Dark Clamp will only do 40. Damage decrease thanks to Buffalo. Right, so he's going to play Advantal onto his bench. He's got a good variety of cards here, playing a Darkness and Fighting type deck with Colorless as well, though Colorless works with any deck. He really needs an energy card here, although he can suffice with Buffland's Gold Breaker, and that is, it's going to deal 60 if it's an EX card, so it won't be very viable me playing my Yvantal EX, although it probably wouldn't matter. He's going to shuffle his hand into his deck and draw an absolute new one. Play Professor's Letter, draw 2 basic energy from his deck, so 1 dark and another darkest energy. I think that's what he relies on mostly in this deck, is Darkness energy cards. goes for Gold Breaker, dealing another 60 damage to my Crocodile, gets 20 damage done to Bufflet, which is going to take it out from Rocky Helmet. I drew another prize card, which is another Pokeball. Shame it's not Blissey. That would be pretty awesome at the moment if I got Blissey, but oh well. I can evolve my bench Murkrow into Honchkrow, then play a Darkness Energy onto my Yvantal. I can go for Eevee if I wanted to, so I'm going to go for Pokeball. I flip a Tails, unfortunately, so nothing for me. Go for Bombast and do 120 damage to Zora, and really this is GG. Crocodile is just going to snowball from here. So GG. Draw a prize, and it's Blissey. So really, I'm in a really awesome position now. I can play Blissey onto my Chansey. Even if Crocodile does go down, I can get my last Dark Energy onto my Yvantal and have Evil Ball going. So he's only got one energy onto his Yvantal. So it's first time running deck. Alright, so he's going to go for Oblivion Wing, dealing 30 damage to my Crocodile. I think that takes out Crocodile. 150 damage, so bye-bye Crocodile. So that will give me a nice little boost. I could either leave Yvantal onto the bench, play my Dark Patch onto Yvantal. Oh wait, why is Crocodile still sticking around? I was going to say, why is Crocodile still sticking around for? Alright, so I'm going to play Houndoom. I do need another energy card for Houndoom, but that's a-okay, so I'm going to go for Blissey there, so I can start running the Soft Boiled ability, play Darkness Energy onto my Houndoom, run it up with Dark Patch from my hand, grab one Darkness Energy from my discard pile, play it on Yvantal, play another Darkness Patch, grab another Darkness Energy, play that on my bench Yvantal as well. I could have done it on Honchkrow, but oh well. Play Fire Fang there on my Houndoom onto Yvantal, dealing 70 damage plus burning it. So if he flips a Tails now, that would be extra 30 damage there to Yvantal. He's going to flip a Tails, so that's some extra damage there to Yvantal, taking up to 110 damage. So he's going to play Darkness Energy onto his Yvantal. So he can now still only go for Oblivion Wing. He can though bring back a Darkness Energy from his discard pile. He's going to retreat out his Yvantal for Bufflin, so that has no weakness thanks to the Darkness Energy and Shadow Circle effect. He's going to play End from his hand, discarding his, putting his whole hand back into his deck, shuffling it, and drawing a new hand. Same with me, equivalent to our prize cards. I get a Darkness Patch. I'm going to then play that Darkness Patch again onto my Yvantal, so Darkness Energy from my discard pile, straight back onto Yvantal. And there's nothing else I can do, so straight for the Fire Fang, dealing 50 thanks to Buffer, decreasing my damage down by 20. So it's at the same time burnt, which probably won't save him, depending on the luck of the flip the coin. So he does flip a coin, so that's extra 20 damage there to Bufflin. Bring it to 70 damage, plays another Darkest Energy onto his Bufflin. Does flip ahead so we can avoid the burn damage, and it's now definitely GG. So another Darkness Energy for the hell of it onto Yvantal. Fire Fang there on Houndoom, taking out the Bufflin. And with that, that's the next Pokemon down. There is still one more prize card that I can pull, although I'm now in a really good position, so regardless of what happens, he probably won't be able to pull himself out of this. I do pull an Yvantal EX from my prize pool. I actually forgot I had a second one, to be honest. So he's going to play his Yvantal from his bench onto the active. He's going to draw a card at the start of his turn. I just missed what happened. Play Oblivion Wing so he can draw a Darkness Energy card from his discard pile and put it onto a Pokemon. It's either just a bench Pokemon, sorry. So he's going to put that onto his Inkay. He's going to take damage from Rocky Helmet, and that's going to take out Yvantal and allowing me to draw my final prize card, and that's game. So yeah, that was a really intense battle, very interesting deck, and as he did mention during the battle, that was his first time using that deck, so I do know how that feels, not knowing how a deck is going to go. Total turn taken was 11, and most valuable play was of course Crocodile. I did get a bit cocky in the middle there. I got only 10 tokens for that one, stats, who really cares, and yeah. Alrighty, so I hope you guys enjoyed that battle. That actually was a pretty fun battle, I will admit that. So yes, I hopefully will do a couple of these today while I'm in extreme boredness, and I don't really want to do any card openings at the moment. I'll probably do a couple tonight, but at the moment just want to do a few player versus player. Placing the NPCs are actually not that fun. They're pretty easy to beat with a decent deck. But yeah, that's it for this episode. So hopefully in the next episode is another player versus player. So until then, this is LadyKrimZen saying ciao for now, but not forever. Ciao!